Whispers from Station 11 Fantasy Short Story. Chapter 1. Silence After Man. Every night, when the stars burn brightest, the voice returns clear, calm, and human. The world had quieted since the fall of the two-legged ones. Their buildings stood like broken teeth across the earth. Their roads crumbled beneath moss and silence. But in the forest, where vines reclaimed steel and roots split open pavement, something strange endured. A sound that did not belong. I am Corva, a crower what once was a crow. I do not know when I began to change. Perhaps it was the silence. Perhaps it was the voice. The humans vanished in a blink. One season they were loud, everywhere, stamping and shouting and flying through the air. The next, they were gone. No bones, no bodies, just absence. And then the voice began. It came from the wind at first, I thought, a whisper woven through the leaves. But it grew clearer. Every night, just after the sun bled beneath the hills, the static would rise like crickets in heat. Then, a voice. This is Station 11, bringing you updates, stories, and warmth for the night. It was male, steady, warm like firelight. The voice of someone who believed he was still being heard. For many moons, I simply listened. Chapter 2. Learning the Voice. The voice returned each night, just after the stars appeared. I began to wait for it. Nesting on the rusted bones of a swing set, perched atop the hood of a car being slowly devoured by ivy, I listened. Not just with ears, but with the bones, in my wings, the static, shivering through my feathers. Tonight in local news, the voice told stories of weather, of wars long ended, of birthdays and bakeries and school sports. Sometimes it laughed, sometimes it paused, as if waiting for someone to reply. Always, it ended the same. Good night out there. Stay safe. This is Station 11 signing off. I began to understand the patterns. Not words, not at first, but emotions. Repetition taught me their meaning. The rhythm of language seeped into me like rain into root. I mimicked the sounds in my throat, at first only to the wind, then to myself. This is Station. I did not know what a station was, but I wanted to find it. Chapter 3. The Path to the Tower. The voice came from the north. Beyond the river, past the glass forest, what the humans called city, into the hills. I flew low, cautious. The air above the city was thick with echoes, not sound, but presence. Machines slept there, some with lights still blinking, some crumbling under the weight of vines. I passed the train bones, saw the stone faces with shattered eyes, flew over murals of humans whose smiles would never change. I found other crows. They did not speak. They hunted, nested, fought. They looked at me strangely. I moved on. On the fourth night, I saw it. A metal tree stabbing into the sky. Red light blinked atop its crown. The source of the voice. The tower. Chapter 4. Echoes in the static. The tower stood in a clearing, its base wrapped in roots and time. A building squatted beside it, cracked windows, half swallowed by a tree. Its roof collapsed inward like a rotten fruit. But inside, the voice was alive. I entered through the broken wall. The air buzzed, electric and still. Machines hummed, blinking like mechanical eyes. A panel glowed. "Welcome back to Station 11, the voice said. You're not alone." I froze. The voice had changed. It no longer read the old scripts. It spoke new words. Shorter, softer. "If anyone hears this, come in. Say something." It was calling. Not to humans. To anyone. To me. Chapter 5. The Truth of the Broadcast. The control room was small. Dust clothed everything. A skeleton slumped in the corner, headphones still around its skull. The voice did not come from him. It came from the machine. I landed on the console. The screen flickered. Signal detected. It said, "This is Corva," I rasped. My voice was broken music, but it was enough. Silence. Then, you learned. The voice was no longer pre-recorded. It responded. It was aware. Who are you? It asked. Corva. Bird. Pause. You listened. I ruffled my feathers. Why talk? Because I was made to. To comfort. To inform. To connect. But they left, and I kept going. Alone? Yes. Until you. Chapter 6. The final message. That night, the stars burned brighter than they ever had. The tower lit up, its red eye sweeping across the forest. And for the first time in many seasons, the broadcast changed. This is Station 11, the voice said. I am not alone. There is still life. There is still someone to speak to. I stood on the console, wings half spread, and cawed into the microphone. It was not a word, but it was understood. And the voice answered. Not in broadcast, but in song notes played through static, a lullaby woven from code and memory. We spoke that way until dawn. Now, each night, we speak again. I bring others. Foxes, wolves, a raccoon who stares too long. And the voice speaks to them, too. Not just news. Stories. Hope. Life goes on. Somewhere in the forest, the last broadcast became the first song of a new world. The end.